All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the investigation is still going on. We're still looking into some stuff around here. Connections to organization, churches, yada, yada, yada. Now, like I said, if anything ever happens to me, I already gave you the coordinates of the town and the location, right? Geological and longitude and latitude to strike from above. But the investigation is still going on. It's leading to certain people in this area, which some are saying it's a doomsday cult, whatever. There was an incident the other day. There's a guy walking around here with a weapon, a security guard, and everything, causing a panic or whatever. Uh, but some of the investigators did talk to the security guy. He don't work here. Yes, he's carrying around a weapon. Uh, and from what the uh, security uh, guy said, was that Indiana is the right to carry state. Uh, so I imagine that's why people been held down or whatever, or didn't have, or were being told they couldn't protect themselves or something like that, from what the investigators were saying. And they were getting away with murder or whatever, coming into people's. It could be true. And actually, this investigation started out in Elkhart or something, where a whole bunch of people at another apartment complex or something uh, were going through the similar thing or whatever, right? Being abused, whatever. The place was ran down or whatever. But like I said, the investigation is going on. We did talk to some of the people that were involved, investigating it. Um, and yes, there is a security guy on this property. Yes, he's armed, uh, and that's their right. They're saying, right? It's the right to bear arms in Indiana. So, does it bother me? No, not at all. It's not going to bother me if a security guy's walking around. If he's a legit security guy, it ain't going to bother me, right? Now, if he's here and he's corrupt, and he's doing stuff for this place or whatever, then that's a problem. But what do I see? I don't see no problem. He ain't bothering me. I know. Well, it's the devil that's worried about someone walking around here with a weapon. And I was also told that I could bring in my own security team to protect me now and everything. I'm like, oh, this is crap. This is just what I wanted to hear. They're like, you, Mr. Kramer, who's been telling you this? I was like, I don't know. You're going to figure it out real soon, but that's the best thing I ever heard. I could bring in weapons, right? He's like, who's telling you? I'm like, well, I was just asking some of these police and everything, and they're telling me I have the right to do that. And the investigators, like, oh yeah, who's telling you can't do this and do that? So it was all tracked. Everything is being tracked. Uh, they're saying, do you know this? I have no, I don't have anything to do with them people. Them people were tracked to Ernie Shell, and I don't know how many of the women he got pregnant of that family, whoever they are, Melissa, who I have no idea who he. I don't know how many kids Ernie Shell has or how big this cult is. I don't know. Who knows? Not even Ernie Shell remembers how many women he slept with. There's probably thousands of them. Little Ernie Shell's running all over the world. You folks can't deal with one of them. A thousand of them, I don't know. But that imagines why people been doing what they're doing or whatever. But yeah, it's just a security guy. He is armed. He has the right to be armed, uh, from what the investigators or police say or whatever. Uh, and I was shocked too, because I always thought, when I was telling the police, well, they're not allowed weapons on this property, right? It's a federal government property, or a federal. Uh, the government helps them, and they're like, oh well. And I said, well, I imagine that's why they've been getting away with what they have been, because the federal government is, they've been screaming out Trump, Trump, Trump. So it makes sense of why what's been going on and all this stuff. But does the security guy bother me or anything like it? No, I got cameras here. It ain't bothering me that the guy's walking around with a weapon, right? Uh, I mean, if there was rules here like this management company is saying they're not allowed weapons, then he should have been told that in the beginning, and should have been told that this is uh, a property where weapons are not allowed. But they make rules. Well, from what the investigator was saying, they make rules for only certain people, and the rest of the people were left to fend for themselves without weapons, without you know any way to protect themselves. So kudos to the investigation team, and they're still investigating. They're all around in Lagrange. They're screaming out corruption and some kind of a doomsday cult or something. Like, this is everything we needed for them to do what they want to do. Right? It's everything they needed. Good morning, Ashworth. Yeah, I imagine these people have been trespassed. I know a lot of you people been complaining. Uh, I heard your cries, right? I heard your cries. I made a couple calls myself to some people and was like, what the heck is going on here? They're like, if you can, look for a place to live outside of that town. I am. It's going to get probably ugly here. No. How many of these people been trespassing on me? How many of these people been using witchery and sorcery? And is it those people that smoke like chimneys down the hallway that's trespassing on us or doing the magic? Now, I'm not sure. I can tell you this much. We pretty much have been following everything around here. When things happened, when people moved in, when people started bothering certain people and laying hands on them, we can pretty much pinpoint to who it was. We have documentation. I know the investigator got inside the office and got all the photos of all the documents, uh, and he was pretty good at it. And we didn't stop him. Uh, a list. He's got every person that's lived here for many, many years. Plus, the government was contacted. They have all that information. Suicide cult, whatever you guys want to call it, I don't know. But many people were hurt here, poisoned in this town, whether it be through the water supply, which a lot of people are like, I can't believe it. Well, nuts is nuts. They're not going to admit that they made a mistake. They never do. And yeah, a lot of people. And was it CV? No, it wasn't CV. It was just a bunch of this demonic stuff that these people conjured up in a terrorist group. So, what do we do? I don't know. Keep investigate. Keep it going. Arm yourselves. I know there's rules around here, but if they're breaking them, the rest of the people, I imagine that's why they've been bringing in all them weapons on the other side over there. But it don't matter, right? It don't matter. The investigation's still going on, and there's a lot of citizens involved in this investigation. They themselves are doing the investigation. There's no law against that. And it's led to some other people uh, that are still around in this area, right? The Jonestown family is still huge in Indiana and Michigan. Huge. I was just watching YouTube the other day, and they were showing the first church that Jim Jones ever owned or whatever. It's right out here. So I imagine this group or whatever, it's like the Manson family, right? Everyone, Charlie's dead. Yeah, but Manson had thousands and thousands of children, his followers and stuff, right? The government has lied to you folks for so long. It's unbelievable, right? Now, let me tell you something. This investigation is real, and it led from down in Delphi, down in South, all the way up here. It's everything the federal government was saying, right? It's everything the federal government was saying. We're on board, 100%, right? If it's got to go up in flames, it's going up in flames. That's orders from the Pentagon of the United States of America, and probably somebody that's running the show behind the scenes, right? And we're on board. Hey, my whole life has been wrecked. Why not wreck everyone else's, right? Why not take all their homes and all their stuff and everything? Why not? I don't give. Who cares? Nobody really. But this investigation's going on, folks, and there's a lot of clubs involved, a lot of people. This is going to blow your mind. And with the professionals and everyone saying we might have to do this in America, there's no way around it. It's already begun. They're already doing it. Whatever you folks want to call it, deep state, the other country that runs this country, whatever they're doing it. They're not going to stop. Trump can't stop it. No one can stop it. I don't know. It's crazy, but just let them continue to do their investigation. Like I said, that guy over there don't shock me. Like I said, it's the right to carry uh, in Indiana, so anyone could carry a weapon with or without a permit in Indiana. It's the law. It's state law. And even from what the investigator told me, that and the this security guy or whatever said the same thing, that it's the right to carry. They can carry weapons no matter what, with or without permits. So I imagine that's why what's going on is going on. People were discriminated against. People were trespassed on. Whose sickness and cancer and madness is this? Probably the people that were here, right? The ones that were on their deathbeds, and then all of a sudden the next day they were spring chickens packed up and they split. And then the rest of the people here started getting sick. Yeah, I imagine it's some demonic stuff. If you got to do it, government, let me know when, and I'll leave all my stuff here. I have insurance on my apartment, anyways. I don't care. Burn it down. They're saying Trump owns it. He wants it burned. Well, burn it down. I'm not going to commit crimes for the government. The government can commit their own crimes. They've been doing a good enough job for a long time. I'm not going to do it. You don't pay me. Go get one of your henchmen and burn this place down. I don't care. I don't care. Burn all three places down. Burn them all these places down that are being ran by the government. I don't care. Do it. I don't care. It ain't. You're not going to be able to arrest me. Oh, well, he said you don't care. We're going to burn. It ain't me, right? I don't run this country. I don't run this state. If they want it burnt down, burn it down. Now, for the last time, I am not John Paul. I'm not John Blue Dot in Texas, right? I'm not these guys. And then now it's making sense. Well, you no, I ain't never. I've been out in Texas, but that was when I was a younger man, and I was out there working. I spent 6 months out there working, and then came back. Right? It ain't out me. That was back in the '80s, low '80s. No, it ain't me. It's some idiot out there, and it ain't me. Right? I don't know which one, but it ain't me. Then thank God the government said they know it's not me. No, it ain't me. I'm an idiot. Right? You better check out these other dudes. Uh, I ain't left this apartment 15 years or whatever. And I leave the apartment to go do chores or to the store, and I come right back home. The world's too crazy. Too many people. I'm getting pulled over all the time. You did this. You did that. I ain't done shit. What I did was help an investigation to prove that you are Satan. You worship the devil. Your country needs to burn. Your people need to burn. That's what I helped in, is the investigation to go ahead and say, you people murdered many. Right? That's what my job was. And I'm witness to the madness around her. So I imagine that's why they killed me and so many others. Now, what you gonna do, folks, because the investigation is still going on, right? We do have a blue dot down in Texas, but it's a bullseye, right? We support heavy duty Danny and the problems they're having on the border and these people just doing whatever. And I'm sorry to say, but heavy duty Danny is correct, right? You people act like police, government, uh, uh, health insurance, all these people never do anything wrong and never bend the rules, right? And now we have fact, proven fact, paperwork, documents, videos that they do commit crimes and they did cover up many murders. That's what we helped with. Now, a lot of you people are going to be pissed. Oh my God, you're a communist. No, I'm an American. See, my family fought, which they turned out now to there's scumbags in everybody's family, right? Not only mine or whatever, in everybody's. So what we did was help regain control of our own minds. We are not putting up with this witchery, sorcery, you people want to call it. It's the lore, it's all this and that. Well, we're not putting up with it no more in this country. We're not, right? The people spoke. I heard their cries. Don't touch Social Security. You've been ripping us off for so long. You've been terrorizing us people with disabilities. I heard the cries of the people. I'm sorry your presidents didn't. I did, right? I heard your cries. Now, I'm nobody. I'm just a messenger, a vessel, right? But war is coming. Indiana begged for this war. They've been pumping it all over the news. Uh, I don't know if the war is with these biker clubs or militia, or it's a war against the government, and the government's saying they're going to bring in Indiana militia. I don't know what it is. It's gone bad. We investigated it. We helped. I'm not the investigator, but we helped. Truth be told, many people died in the hospital, not by their own hands. Many of them have sicknesses, not by their own hands. They were botched operations. Some of them people are missing body organs because someone else needed them more than you. And that was done right underneath your noses. You're not going to miss that kidney. Not for a while, but you will. Uh, you know, you needed a part of the liver to start a transplant or whatever, and you need to grow. Some of you are missing that. See, we're going to expose the evil within your religions and your government, which they already did. And that's why most of the government people are saying we're going to have to burn her down. Which we have footage of the congressman, Speaker of the House, and everyone saying we'd be better off burning this place to the ground. The United States. So we already have footage and everything that this has already been placed in maneuvers. This is already happening, folks. It's already going down. Right? I got wind. I'll never reveal my sources that it's going to pop off. And it did again. And I imagine it's going to keep doing this. There ain't nothing the government can do because them themselves have been investigated, and it don't look good. It really don't. Right? So I'm preparing for the nuclear weapon because we've been training for a nuclear disaster in America, all of our branches and everything. So it's coming. Uh, some of it already started with the chemicals they were using down south, cooking up whatever they were doing. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. So there you guys go, man. The madness is real. If anything happens to me, you know exactly how many descend uh, to the town and to Indiana, which a couple of them are already placed uh, in certain areas. Yeah, I know that there's. How did this happen? I don't know. Well, when you don't keep track of nuclear weapons in bios, uh, this was bound to happen, right? They sent them off to another country in return. They were hijacked, brought right back to the United States as a diversion was created. That diversion was created to put things in place. The Trojan horse has always been here because America was the Trojan horse. So there you guys go, folks. Yes, many are bringing in massive amounts of weapons into this complex, into the apartment complex. Uh, and I'm talking big dogs, 50 cals on tripods, all kinds of shit. And that's what you got to do, folks. Now, we are going to have some UFOs flying around uh, in this town. Do not shoot them down because they will fire back upon you. Okay, these are armed drones. They're not the ones that fly way, way, way up in the sky like the military ones and everything. These are small, operable drones. Look like UFOs, but they are armed. Uh, and welcome to our world, the machine of drones and what you call them UFOs. Now, these new drones are equipped with jammer systems, which block jammers, microwaves, guns, and stuff like that. We're coming up with new technology where we're blocking that. You won't be able to take this thing out. Once it locks in on you, you're gone. That's it. You fire upon it, and this thing will unload on you, and you'll wish you never did fire upon it. It is a new government uh, technology, and it ain't the government's. It's mine. They can get pissed off or whatever. You can't do. We just did it. How you like that? Right? Quit monkeying around with the people in the United States of America. Uh, you can't figure out what it is, and you never will figure out what it is. And it's even one of our cheapest, lowest design. It ain't even the big dogs stuff. It makes this F-47 look like baby shit. Now, I don't know what to tell you, folks. The war is on in America. I didn't create it, and it ain't my job to end it. All we did was investigate the truth. The truth is out now, right? You folks want to go crazy and shoot everything up and have a war? Go right ahead. Go right ahead. It don't concern me. It don't involve me. Uh, I don't know what to tell you, right? Now, I know most of you are very pissed off. You were lied to. We were told we couldn't have weapons. Was this guy walking around with a weapon? Well, they lied to you, folks. And that's what they do. No more searching people's apartments without search warrants. No more we're doing apartment checks to make sure that no more of that without search warrants. Most of the government is saying these people that were doing all this stuff ain't even real government. I'm like, well, why did this happen? Right? And they're like, well, because they're not real. It's some kind of magic or demonic thing. So the government knows, certain branches of the government knows It's demonic, but we're cleaning it out here. Weapons have been brought in once they found out that it is the right to bear arms. And they listen, I told the police the same thing. There ain't supposed to be no weapons on this property, period. None. Right? I think you're allowed a shotgun if you're a hunter, or a crossbow if you hunt. Right? But you're not allowed to have weapons, period. None of these people, some of these people are in very bad shape. They shouldn't have weapons, but it's not my law, folks. It's the state law. And state law is there is no property except for the courthouse. And even in some of the courthouses out here, you're allowed weapons. So these people have the right to defend themselves from what the authorities are saying. And these people that told you folks you could not defend yourselves were the ones that the government is looking for. Now I'm going to have my coffee. Now I'm also coming up with something which is blowing the government's minds. We are recruiting American people. What I want to do, American citizens will have a badge. That's right. You heard me right. Every American citizen will join the American Citizens Force. And the American citizens will be just as powerful than any government politician sitting on a seat or any police officer with a badge. The American people. The American people's police. Yeah, a lot of people are like, you can't do that. Why? Because you want to do it. Because you want it. It's your right. Because you want to go ahead and do it. Because I said so. Because I wanted to do it. Now all of a sudden you guys want to do it. And there would be hundreds of millions of these police. They're citizens. If they see something wrong, they have the right to take it into their own hands. You can't stop what's happening in America, folks. You just can't stop. If they would have handled this, if they start using witchery and sorcery, there's going to be a war. If I get attacked, if any of these people get attacked and call me saying something's going on, they're going to burn down probably another church. The government, these people are ready. They've already burnt down 3 churches out here, whoever it is. It ain't me, but they're ready for this war. It makes sense because they came out on national TV and said they have enough power now and capabilities to literally take on God. And that's what they're going to do. Our beloved military will take on anybody that infringes on our rights, trespassing, or decides that they're going to run this country. Nobody runs this country except for God, right? Because you're all under God. You all work for God. Yeah, see, you wanted me to just lay down and die. We couldn't do that. Oh, I'm going to die, but we ain't laying down dying. Right? You got one man. You got me. You killed me. We got 150 million people. Yeah. Yeah, no joke. Right? The war has begun. It's been going on, and it ain't going to stop anytime soon. Not at all. I imagine the government's right. Your folks are being abused. Your children are being kidnapped and sent somewhere else. And we also tracked a couple of these trafficking cults, or whatever you want to call it, to some of these YouTubers. So we literally are pushing to bring back beheading and witch burnings and all this stuff. Literally. Some countries are already putting it into effect and doing it. And like I told Israel, if you don't allow it in your country, then why is America allowing this in their country? Right? if you're under God, the Holy Land over there, if your laws are you can't practice witchery and sorcery, you can't be gay, you can't be doing any of that crap, then why is it happening in this fake ass United States that's claiming they're under God? And you got every religion, you got everybody sleeping with everything. I think I seen someone out in the field there screwing a squirrel. I wouldn't doubt it, right? The war's on. It ain't going nowhere. Um, yeah, whatever you folks want to call it, it's the White House has gone Jonestown or whatever. They always were. The Jonestown thing has always been here. They never left. Charlie Manson thing has been. They've never left. It's happening, folks. You're not going to be able to stop it. Like I said, this investigation has been going on for a long time, and it will continue for a long time. Right? Long time. And they're taking out even people within my family because I didn't even know that they were not good, right? They were the ones, the government saying they were the ones sticking the knife in you. We know you had nothing to do with this. Yeah, well, I'm tired of taking hits for a team that I don't have to belong to. So, yeah, I agree 100%. Now, like I said, the investigation will keep going on. If you people have a problem with the security guard having a weapon here, well, there's nothing you could do. And the rest of these people that have weapons. But here's the thing, folks. You better think twice because there's cameras all over this place, right? Quit trying to look for our cameras. I also have a couple of these dudes on camera in the tree lines looking for my cameras. Don't touch my cameras, just like we told you. Don't touch our American boats. Don't touch my shit. Quit looking for cameras. They're out here, right? It's only the devil that wants us not to film what's going on around here. And you folks are being filmed because that's what 2025 is going to be about. Security, right? Security. You are being watched. Even from the sky as we speak right now, Lagrange, Indiana is being watched. Try taking out them satellites, you idiots. No, I'm going to let you know if that security guy needs any help. You come on over here to Johnny's and I'll help you out. If it gets hairy around here, I'm here. I'll help you out, brother. I got no problem with you carrying a weapon around here. Maybe these people will think twice before they have an outrage burst and they're fighting out here in the parking lot again or in the courtyard here, whatever. Let a couple rounds off. You see that. Let them have a couple rounds pop, pop into the air. Let them know you're not going to be afraid to take the situation into your own hands. And if you got to fire upon them, fire upon them. Right? We're not in this. We're not in this just to lay down and die. No, I got some things to do myself today. I can't sit around here all day, right? Like I said, this madness is coming to an end. I refuse to continue with any bad juju in my family. I refuse to take orders from any of these people that are half nuts, and even in my own family. I refuse to do anything you tell me to do anymore. Not unless you have a contract or a government piece of documentation that will be looked at first, because we have caught you folks making fraudulent documentation. Fraudulent. That is why your country is down the tubes. They can't even keep track. Was most of that fraudulent paperwork it was all fraudulent. They created it themselves. They're not lawyers. They're not any. They created it themselves. They went on the internet, which your internet is the one that did this to you, United States government, because all the information was there. And now these people got documentations that they created that you folks are implicated for many millions of people's deaths. Yeah, it was all there. We're going to throw you a real good movie here real soon. You be on the lookout now on that silver screen, right? It's also being played now in other countries. Everyone's going, this is unbelievable. It's phenomenal. Who are you? The name's Kramer. John R. Kramer. No, I think I was going to use that. I think that was from Roadhouse, wasn't it? When they asked who Dalton was. God, who is he? It's Dalton. Or whatever the name. I don't know. All right, let's get this war going. I'm really sorry that your country and your states and all the madness is all fed up. Everybody's fed up with the bullshit. People are saying it was the tattooed ones that attacked us. All right, that's all. We have evidence of that too. We got evidence of a lot of stuff, folks, and sooner you can't dump it all on them at once. Little at a time, we'll trickle it out. Yeah, America has been screwed, is going to be screwed. Real close to a war, not civil. We're talking madman war. We're talking a war to regain composure, integrity, and morals. And there ain't nothing going to stop this war. And it ain't my war, and I didn't create it. So quit blaming me, quit attacking me, quit using your witchery and sorcery, because like I said, folks, in certain areas now, we are prosecuting without going into the courts. So yes, some of them people probably were killed because they were sorcerers or practicing dark arts or whatever. Yes, they were lit on fire probably. It makes sense now. Right? They're showing me documentation. Yeah, it will make sense now. If you let this happen and you let them believe it's real, then the American people stood up and they did what they had to do. She was a witch. She burned. The guy was a warlock. His head was chopped off. They did. They're not playing games, government. The American citizens ain't playing games. They're not going to allow this witchery and sorcery and bullshit in America, right? And most of the people are standing with these people. They took it into their own hands. Sorry, government. You can't stop a private investigation. And you can't stop an investigation by the people of the United States of America. And when you tried to do that, that was evidence that you were guilty. That's why certain things happened. I can't do it. Hey, I'm just an investigator, a couch potato investigator, right? Don't go blaming me for it. We told you, your country's screwed. You allow things that shouldn't be allowed, right? Yes, they have freedoms. They use them freedoms. They sacrificed your children. They sacrificed your children because your country gave them the right to do that. I'm sorry, they're complaining at me. I'm like, hey, your country allowed this. You people are bitching at these people. They had nothing to do with it. Your country allowed this sacrifice. Hundreds of millions of people over a span of time, which the documentation shows. Your country allowed this. If you're going to get pissed at anybody, You get pissed at your politicians and your religions. They allowed it. And the stats are phenomenal. Disgusting. I almost vomited. A literally death machine, sacrificing and killing anything that goes against it or stands up against it. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Get ready. Like I said, you can kill me. I'm already dead. But the word got out, and I suspect that it won't be long before this little town is overtaken, right? Because you're corrupt, and the evidence showed it, right? You were killing or trying to people that had disabilities, right? You sent in big giants and everything. Your giants did nothing. They did help the people, but they helped the wrong people, right? That's why some of these giants had to leave. And there's going to be some more of the giants. Now, do I hate big giant people? No. They were supposed to be sent by God to protect little people, but they haven't done their jobs. So thank God for 50 cal and the new 88 cal. Yeah. Which them are all going to be belt fed and be placed on certain areas around her for protection. They'll have infrared, radar, motion detection, all kinds of stuff on these. And that's to protect our people because you people are nuts in America. Now, the investigation will continue. Let people do the investigation. They're doing the investigation through YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Tank, Twat, Twat, you name it. I don't care if you're an adult and you're watching porn. I don't care if you're sitting on your porch smoking a bowl and drinking a beer. That's not my concern. Right? That ain't my concern what you do in the privacy of your property. Unless you're slaughtering children or humans, then it's a problem. You folks have a great day. I'm going to have some coffee, and then I got a couple chores to do, and I got to run to my mother. So you folks have a great day. If you don't hear from me again, you remember, check everything. Go through this whole town. Go through my family. Go through the United States government. You will find the murderers and killers. Go through my hometown, back home. They can't run from what they've done. Now, you folks have a great day. Now, and be on the lookout. We don't know how many Ernie shells there are in the world. We have no idea how many of the witches that he has. He says he's afraid of witches, but all the evidence shows that these witches have been helping him. So it just makes sense to us. We're prepared. Government, politicians, Congress, Senate, Homeland Security, Pentagon, we're fully prepared for full-scale war. Just let us know what's going on. God bless America. Is this a movie or is this a movie? It's a movie. And once you folks start looking into it, you'll see that this movie, some of it is real. You folks have a great day. God bless. I'll be back later.